This is a historic winter storm setting up across parts of New Mexico, parts of southern Colorado. And, anytime I use the word historic, you folks that are normal viewers here on the channel know that this isn't something I throw out. I'm not a clickbait type channel. I'm not the one to hype things, but this is historic, and it's coming also from the wording in the National Weather Service's forecast discussion as this upper low spins here across the southwest. Pretty wild to see this setup, and it's not that it's a huge storm. It's just that it's cut off from the upper flow here, so it doesn't really move. So even as we move into the next couple of days, this thing is just going to continue to dump feet of snow across New Mexico in the order of some places could see up to 4 feet. That's pretty historic in my book, and you may have to go back to the 80s to look at those numbers, maybe even 2006 when a 4-foot snowstorm hit this region. So it'll be one for the books, at least it looks that way. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Travis Roberts. I'm a former TV chief meteorologist, and we're doing forecasting here on YouTube, so if you'd like to follow along, I hope you will. Now, let's show you where this thing's headed next. Upper level flow first, or jet up here in Canada. Again, that's the driving feature as we head into the weekend. Here we are on Friday. Now we're moving into Saturday. Not a lot of movement here too as it moves toward the northern plains states. Again, the winter threat mostly is going to be across the southwest. There could be some much needed rain in some areas as this moves off to the east. This is the mid-level chart here. Kind of gives you an idea of this little bowling ball of cold air, if you will, here over the southwest. There's Raphael. Again, not a lot of steering currents with this storm either. And the good news is with Raphael, the storm here moving into some cooler water. As it moves north and meanders north, it's actually expected to kind of stall. And the actual official forecast now is to move this a little further to the north, maintain hurricane status, and then eventually weaken to a tropical storm here in the Gulf. Yesterday, it was a little more northerly, but there's never been a lot of strong consensus on where this thing goes once it hits the Gulf. Look at this, all over the place, right? So the spaghetti plots are saying this thing could really just meander here. I'm not going to lie and say I know where this thing is going, and if someone says they have 100% certainty, no way. All right, let's talk about the rain across the southeast. We do have some rain showers here as we move into Thursday. Not a lot of heavy rain, but maybe a good soaking rain for parts of the Carolinas. Some lighter showers back to the west here across the Ohio Valley. Not a lot of rain here. This front really dying out, and there's Raphael kind of showing up here at the bottom of your screen. And then we start to dry out here in the mid-Atlantic, really back through the Ohio Valley into the Great Lakes as we head into Friday. Let's zoom in on this winter storm, though. Again, big snow here going. There's Raphael. There's your upper low, just dropping feet of snow. Huge storm still slamming into the Pacific Northwest, also into Alaska over the next couple of days. And then there goes our winter storm moving to the north and east. It won't have winter storm characteristics, I guess, as we now move into Sunday and Monday. It'll bring some rain showers into the Great Lakes, maybe some severe weather too. At this point, I don't know how much severe weather we get just with the dynamics sort of getting stretched out here and our upper low weakening. And then high pressure loses the grip here across the east coast with some rain showers moving this way by Monday. Big storm diving into the northwest, though. Another one on Monday and Tuesday. And let me tell you, the snow in the west, I get it. If you're in the east, you're going, when is this pattern going to change? It feels like winter will never happen. Well, I think this next storm will be the pattern kicker. It's going to change things. I don't know that we get snow out of it. The last couple of models over heading toward Wednesday have been trying to show a little bit of snow on the northwest side of it. I don't know. But I think this is a sign of things to come. Strong storm now. This is a big mid-latitude cyclone wrapping up, bombing out here just north of the Great Lakes. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, we may see some snow out of this, and big winds on the backside of this too, and that'll funnel down into the northern plains, and that will start to push some cold air. This looks different than what we've seen lately. Now we've got cold air pushing all the way from Canada down into the southeast, strong winds, so this is a big change. Some ridging starting to set up across the west as our storm track kind of lifts to the north a little bit. So I do think there is a change on the way. At least we're starting to see some signs of that happening. Let's zoom in on this snow a little bit closer in the southwest. This is crazy to look at, guys. I mean, it's just blowing my mind to see this upper low from a meteorological standpoint. This is not normal. You don't see this a lot. And before all the tinfoil hats come out and say, oh, I knew it wasn't normal. This is weird and crazy and wild. Listen, it is historic, as in going in the books, but not completely unheard of. Back in 1987, 57 inches of snow fell at Sandia ski area. Another 4-footer was experienced back in 2006. So again, the 70s, the 80s. So we've had these types of storms before, but it's definitely historic. Take a look at these numbers, these modeled numbers. I want to show you this first. Some areas here showing more than 4 feet of snow through Sunday, really through Saturday. This is touch numbers by the National Weather Service showing, again, a good dump of snow, even into Albuquerque, but northwest of here into the mountains, 2 to 4 feet of snow. This is a better look. I kind of like this map. This is touched by the National Weather Service too. Their official forecast through Saturday is 6 inches in Albuquerque. You get up here into the mountains, you take I-25 up towards Las Vegas, we're talking about 44 inches. That's the official forecast here. And a large area up here in the mountains are over 30 inches of snow. That is the kind of storm that just stops everything. A bit of a different look here too. This is up into Colorado, southern Colorado here, taking I-25 north, 27 to 37 inches. What an odd number that you see here in southern Colorado. And anything in yellow here is more than 6 inches of snow. So a huge storm here across the southwest with a lot of snow too. And there's that jet just continuing to slam into the Pacific Northwest, with, again, a bit of a pattern change starting to shape up now as we head toward the 13th and 14th. And you can see there's that big storm we were looking at with that strong push of cold air now into the south. But look, it doesn't really last that long. I don't think it does anyway. Your pattern starts to flatten out once this moves through. It's just November for all of you winter lovers out there, so don't worry. There's still a long way to go with winter. All right, that's all I got. See ya.